What's up, y'all? I think one of my coolest sayings by Denzel Washington is that the greater you start to achieve and the greater you do, the harder the devil will pursue. I think too many of us have this belief that the closer we get to the path we are supposed to be on, the easier things will get in ways. And yes, that is true. But the battles you face when you are closer to achieving greatness will be that of a more in-depth battle than you have before had in any of your lesser experiences. The greater the opportunity for achievement, the greater the opportunity for loss. And the harder you will have to fight to achieve said things. I think too many of us hold the belief that when we get better, when we get more done, it gets better. And in a way it does, but life is endlessly going to continue, and there will endlessly be problems that are shown so that you can look through a different lens in order to see a viable and visible solution to said problem. There's an answer to everything, even if that's not an answer. Silence is a response, same as speaking, because it all comes down to the choice you're giving, and it can speak mountains. It can move mountains with its words, because sometimes the greatest thing you can say is nothing, because nothing needs to be said, nothing deserves to be said. Did you know a lightning strike is hotter than the surface of the sun? I think that's wild. I think that nuclear fission happening inside of it is absolutely amazing. And don't forget that when you start to achieve those great things, it's not necessarily going to feel right. When you grow up and you get used to the idea, or it is your presence that you have always known to be sad, and that's something you battle with, whether it be depression, anything having to do with your mental health, doing better isn't always going to feel good. It's going to feel strange at first. It's going to be scary. It's going to be neutralizing in a way to your nervous system, because it's something you don't quite know and haven't had the same correlation and can't correlate it to any of your past experiences that you've had in life so far, except for momentarily lapses. And that's a terrifying thing to endure, to look at something and say, this brings me happiness, when you know you ain't never been happy and you don't know how to attack that or accept that or work through that and keep it going. You're gonna be scared. And I guarantee those good times won't last. And I guarantee some will. There will always be bad times and there will always be good times. The only thing that I hope for, and hope that we all can hope for, is to create better problems. Because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be an issue. There's always going to be stuff that comes up. But we can only hope to make better problems. Instead of, man, I got to figure out a pair of shoes to wear today. It's which pair of shoes can I wear? Oh, I got to eat today. Guess I'm eating this. It's what should I eat today? Instead of where should I go in this area, it's how far can we expand outwards? You keep going. And none of it's a solution in a way, but it gives opportunity to have better problems, which is greater succession, because in life we learn through our problems, we find through our mistakes, and it's a continuous thing.